What's up YouTube, it's Matthew here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how to get rich in 2024 in wholesale real estate. 2024 is here and you're probably thinking, how can I go to the next level in my real estate wholesaling journey? I'll also speak to the beginners out there who haven't gotten their first deal and how to succeed in today's market this year in 2024. So please be sure to comment down below if you have any question, you have a specific video you would like me to make in 2024. I can make an instructional video. Let me know down below. Also be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. Now, the first thing that you have to understand in 2024 is that you have to look at the market. You have to look at the real estate market and you have to make some sort of a prediction about where the real estate market is heading in 2024. So in 2023, we had high interest rates. And so you saw a lot of investors going over to creative financing, sub 2, seller financing. Wholesale real estate, I think, is going to continue on in real estate in general in 2024. But I think we're going to see a slight shift going back to a traditional model of wholesale real estate where it's just a cash purchase, a cash deal, where essentially you're able to get a property that has enough equity that someone is looking to sell, and you put a property under contract and you sell that property to a cash buyer and you collect your fee, and there's enough equity where the seller's fine with selling to you at a discount because the property needs work, and they have enough equity where they know they can at least get some money once they sell the property over. 2024, I do see us and just the industry moving more back into that traditional cash purchase assignment fee method, but I still see sub 2 seller financing being super popular. And one reason why I see us doing more cash purchase, cash assignments is because the Fed is actually going to lower interest rates. Well, there's been talks, this is a rumor, and with lowering interest rates, that does increase property values. And the more equity or the higher a home price is, usually the more equity a seller has on that particular property. And so they may be more willing to sell knowing that, hey, property values have increased, the Fed is lowering interest rates, I can get a higher price for my home. So what you have to do as a wholesaler is explore those traditional methods to get that wholesale deal. Maybe postcards are going to work a little bit better in 2024, and still stick to your digital form of marketing, pay-per-clicks. You can do texting and phone calls, stick to those types of methods, but also look back at traditional methods of wholesale real estate to see if maybe there's a spark now in 2024. And I do see this industry kind of going back to that. Another way to get rich in 2024 in wholesale real estate is to hire out. I think this is the time where more and more people are coming to this industry. There's more and more people talking about it on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all these social media platforms, that there has been an increase of knowledge in this particular industry. And so there's more competition. And to really stand out, you have to level up. You have to start hiring and treating this like an actual business. I know this was one of my biggest mistakes in wholesale real estate, is not scaling when I needed to scale, not hiring out when I needed to hire out, not putting systems in place, softwares in place when I needed to do that. And so now that I'm more into real estate investing, I'm more into long-term rentals, working on a flip project right now, and I don't really look into wholesaling right now. I think when I started to really gain momentum in my wholesale real estate business, getting 1 or 2 deals a month, I should have, started hiring out sooner. And even from the jump, I think one way a lot of beginner wholesalers, if they have some upfront capital, one way that they could get rich is actually hiring a VA, hiring someone from maybe Fiverr or Upwork and these different websites that you can hire as a cold caller to do your calls for you up front. And I know people say, oh, you have to do all the work before hiring out. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think certain tasks, maybe cold calling, you need to be in the trenches, understand how it works before you hire out. But you'll be surprised on how much other VAs know more about a particular industry and particular job duty more than yourself, and they can actually teach you something. And so hiring out, and if you already gotten that deal and you have some cold calls under your belt, you may look into hiring a cold caller, especially for your business early on, especially if you just have 1 or 2 deals under your belt. Now I want to talk to the beginners who haven't gotten their first deal. We need to get that first deal in order to increase our net worth, to get a little bit closer to being more rich. And so in 2024, like I said, there's more competition. You have to look into other areas of wholesale real estate. I have a friend who is in real estate and working working on wholesaling right now, and he's about to close a few deals that's all been done creatively. So what he's been doing, he's been wholesaling sub 2 deals and seller finance deals. And so this is what you have to do in order to really jump into this industry if you can't find the traditional cash purchase deal. Now, I still think that's valuable in today's market in 2024, but you have to look at these other avenues in wholesale real estate. So what he did and what you all can do into 2024 is that he partnered with someone who was doing this already. You have to talk to other people, you have to add value, and you have to attach yourself. Like if someone says, hey, just bring me the deal, bring me a seller, do that. Don't try to be selfish, be like, oh, I found the seller, I can do all this, I can find a cash buyer myself. When this is already a creative type of deal, you know, there's a lot of ramifications, a lot of tiny details that you may miss, that having that partner will really help you close that deal and bring you to the finish line. And so that's one thing that he did. The second thing is that he looked for properties that were either listed for rent. He also hired a VA to do text messages and to also do some cold calls, and he got a list and he just found people that way. He also looked at the MLS, and with these properties, yes, they don't have high equity, but the amount of loans on the property, they could still find a cash buyer that would want to rent this out or either put it on Airbnb to use. And so that's what he's doing. He's putting a property under contract under sub 2 terms. And so he's all like, okay, we're going to purchase this property sub 2. We're going to have a cash buyer essentially take over the payments and catch up on the arrears, the back mortgage payments that they've probably missed. And we're going to charge this cash buyer a fee. Because I said cash buyer because they're not buying that property for cash, but they're actually getting that property and putting it under sub 2 with them. And so there's a transaction fee a wholesaler will charge, and there are cash buyers, there are investors willing to take on these type of properties. The other thing that you can do is do that same thing, but do it a seller finance term. So let's say someone does have equity, a lot of equity, 100% equity, then you can have them be the lender, and you can approach a cash buyer or an investor and just say, hey, this person is willing to give you seller terms, right? But this is the amount they want. You have to pay this amount in like 10 years or, you know, refinance the property and pay off your seller, but they're willing to do seller finance. And with that, you know, they can usually negotiate a good term, a lower rate, minimal to no down payment. And you may not even have to catch up on missing payments or anything like that because they probably own enough equity, and that's why they're doing seller financing terms. Another way to get rich in 2024 wholesaling real estate is just to watch your numbers, right? Look at your marketing spend and see if you're actually profiting money after all things are said and done. And just look at the tiny details. Look at, hey, yeah, I made this big check, but I had to spend this amount of time doing this, right? And now it's a month and 2 months passed and I still haven't gotten a deal. Yes, that check was good, but if you break it down, how much are you really making compared to a 9-to-5 job? Right? And so you have to look at your numbers. You have to be detailed in that manner. I think 2024 is going to be a decent year for wholesale real estate and real estate in general. I think we're going to experience more flattening out of things. I think 2023, it was pretty much flat, but the real estate market really, it went higher than what most people expected. Most people expected or predicted a decline, and then people predicted a flattening. And it did, for the most part, flatten, but it did increase slightly for the year end of 2023. And for 2024, I still see more flattening. And if it doesn't flatten, it'll increase just a little bit because that's just how markets work, inflation works. I don't see a big drop in home prices or anything like that, but that may happen. You know, it just takes another black swan event, a war, something that's going to really do that to this industry, to this market, to this economy, the US economy. And it does impact wholesale real estate. All right, you all, hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to like this video, comment down below if you have any questions, and let me know your goals in 2024 in wholesale real estate.